And now we're a go. I think we might be on.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, against all odds.
Yeah, he's back, baby. He's back. Oh, man. Yeah. Chandler, let us know. I couldn't find wired headphones to plug in to sound check us, but let me know what you think about the sound quality. Hopefully everybody can hear us. We've got quite a few things to really just debrief, chit chat about.
Not the least of which is the Masters Week,
which
the greatest week of all weeks in the weeks.
We may or may not have a screen literally right in front of us.
If you see our eyes diverted down here, that's what we're doing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Watching players shank it.
All right. Sounds good.
It wasn't a good shot.
Danny Teely. Oh, the ringleader of the old Gabriel River Band.
The second most mediocre dad band in the history of dad bands.
Looky there. April 12th. That's tomorrow, Josh, 7 to 9. Downbeat at 7 o'clock. Gabriel River Band. Join our boy Danny singing all the country Texas hits. Going to be a damn good time. We're going to talk about that in a second.
Okay.
But we have entered into contract negotiations with member number one, Michael Dunn, with Budget Blinds.
We have.
You can see his logo is back here on an interim basis right now.
An interim logo placement.
Yes.
In a good faith effort.
In a good faith effort that we believe things are going to happen that will benefit both of us. Man, I tell you what, Cuba Libras, it's just the go-to.
It is
the morning brunchy go-to drink.
And you know, we really didn't get too much into the Cuba Libres until Beach Trip 2 years ago.
And then we put down a handle of Rum Haven, I think just between you and I.
Very quickly.
Right after mimosas, quickly followed by the Cuba Libras. Yeah.
The rest of the day, I don't really remember much of what we did, but
I don't think you're supposed to when you do
amazing.
That. Man, I think I finally got our color contrast right. You're not super red, but I'm also a glowing bronze.
It's also probably because I've been on clear liquid, so the red kind of gets diminished.
Oh, we're going to talk about that.
As that goes.
We are going to talk about that. Well, welcome. Like we said, Josh, I have a few announcements to get to.
Yes, please announce said announcements.
We've got a bottle to give away. Thank you, of course, to member number one, Michael Dunn with Budget Blinds.
Yes, as always. Oh, shit.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
It's fine.
Guys, it's fine. It's been a week.
Didn't break.
Yeah, it's been a week.
Didn't break. Battered and bruised, but not broken.
We're giving away a bottle of Rebecca Creek, okay, that is also autographed by the owner of Rebecca Creek. They came and did a whiskey tasting for us this past Wednesday.
That's really cool.
For our members, super, super good whiskey. Great people. They also have the Enchanted Rock vodka line. If you've never had the peach Enchanted Rock vodka, it's going to change your life.
That is fantastic.
So we're going to give away this bottle of Rebecca Creek. This one, because it has a TABC sticker, if you are not a member, you don't get an autographed bottle. You'll have a bottle, same whiskey inside.
We'll give you a
members, you
bottle.
get this bottle in your locker that's been autographed by the owner of Rebecca Creek. And
kind of a power move.
It is.
It's kind of a flex to have a signed bottle by the owner of the distillery in your locker.
And by the way, we do have memberships available, Josh.
Kind of a big deal.
Got memberships available.
You're saying if somebody wins who's not a member, they could sign up and be a member and have this exact signed bottle into their membership locker.
They have it. It could be, as Chandler put it, it could be the first bottle they have in their locker. And by the way, membership's available. So all you have to do is sign up for membership before next Friday. That would be the bottle giveaway.
Heck yeah. I love it. Nice work.
It's going to be a damn good time.
Dude.
Man, oh man. And all the old people found their way back on Facebook since we put this thing on here.
They did. Good to see everybody.
Few things going on. As I mentioned just a second ago, our good buddy Danny is going to come play with his boys, the Gabriel River Band. This is not our band.
Look at what a great picture that is. He needs that picture on his social somewhere. Danny, if you don't have that, get Jared to send it to you.
Kind
it's
of
only a small
silver
fee.
Cowboy Fox. Oh yeah, there's
only
licensing fee
for the use. Of course, credit as always needs to go
to the Bearded Wonder.
To Jared. He takes credit for everything, no matter what. Anyway, but
I actually owned the camera that took that photo.
There you go.
It happened to be my son, Cohen. He took that photo.
There you go. Hey, hello,
Christine from PA.
Nice to see you.
Dang good to see us. So we've got live music. Josh, we've got live music the next 2 Saturdays.
I am here for it.
We're doing food out there and drinks out there a little bit differently. Okay. So you'll find this on a social post a little bit later.
Which we kind of just do that all the time.
Yeah.
Like, we say all the time, this is our first rodeo.
It is.
So we're going to try new shit and we're going to see what works and what doesn't. So if it works, you're welcome. If it doesn't,
be kind.
We're going to change something else and do something different tomorrow anyway.
It's still all for the good of the people.
Yeah.
The intent behind it is good.
We're not one of those corporate run establishments. It's like, we don't care what the people want. We do what's best for us and our bottom line. Nope.
Dude, what are you
screw our bottom line all
What
the
are you
time.
doing if you're on a beach like Morikawa is right now? All you see is sand.
Dude, that is one of the largest bunkers I've ever seen in my whole life.
If you're following along at home on the interwebs with the Masters coverage, Colin Morikawa is on in the Sahara Desert, maybe.
They just did a slow-mo of him running like David Hasselhoff. It was
He
pretty
took his shirt off.
Yeah. He's less hairy than David
This is going to
Hasselhoff.
happen, guys, because Masters Week is our favorite week. Josh, you've got a damn good-looking T-shirt on there, too.
Well, thank you so much. It was designed by the one and only guy that takes all the credit for all the things.
That would be me.
Jared Whitman.
Yep.
I will say
it
it is one of my... What are you doing right there?
Sorry, we got some things to talk about. I was a little excited.
Yeah.
Masters Week, Commonwealth T-shirt. We have a limited supply left. We did a Masters Pick'em with our members this past Wednesday night. It was a blast.
Hey, special shout out and thank you to Jeff Libby for helping me
Jeff
in
Libby.
my absence. Still have a team.
Yep.
So we'll talk about some of the picks of said team, but thank you anyway. You knew I was going to give you shit for it. Thank you.
My team, I was in person, the number 12 pick out of 17. We did a snake draft. None of my people finished the first round below par or at even par. My lowest ranking golf teammate here was +2.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds like you know as much about golf as you do about running a restaurant.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Hey,
Good job.
Rebecca is cheering on for DJ. I'm assuming that means Dustin Johnson.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Obviously, she's in it for the looks.
Still one of the longest swings in the history of golf. I don't know how he can create so much speed to get that long ass swing all the way back around.
Well, he's also like 6'4".
He does it. He does it.
Jeff, I know Chandler is here. We had to redraw in the middle because we had a late comer. Is that a thing? A late comer? There's a newcomer.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
There's a late comer.
Yeah.
We had a late comer, so we had to redraw. Chandler is really the one that should be bitching because he had number 1 in the first draw, and then we had to redraw. So sorry, Chandler.
Asterisk by whoever wins. I agree. I totally agree.
But we had a damn good time at the Masters party, Masters Pick'em party. I think we've still got Masters lunch specials. We've got egg salad, pimento cheese sandwiches, and pulled pork sandwiches downstairs available until 4 p.m. for lunch today.
I have heard from multiple different people that the egg salad sandwich was the best that they've ever had in their whole lives. So I'm not a big egg salad guy particularly, but I've heard through multiple people, if you are, this is the spot. You need to try it.
Yeah, and unless you're a little bitch like Kyle Larson, because we put it on the menu kind of for him.
Wow.
But it has little bitty onions. You would never know they're there. You can't taste them. But he said it was the crunch of the onion. And so he kind of bitched out and gave his sandwich to his wife.
Wow. I mean, in typical Kyle Larson fashion. I mean, it's not surprising.
There's a reason we call him petty larceny.
Yeah, that's true.
And speaking of, Josh, we also have, if you're a member, we have our Bourbon and Whiskey 101 class with our Bourbon Council, of which Kyle is one, BJ the other, BJ Little. It's going to be a damn good time. We're going to go through the histories of bourbons, whiskeys, what a wheated bourbon means, what a rye whiskey means, all of the fun things. Going to be slinging drinks up here, having a damn good time. So if you're a member, and there is still time and memberships available before Monday, you should have a link, if you remember, in your email to sign up. It's a free class, but we would like an RSVP if you don't mind.
Dude, your boy Homa just made birdie at 15, back to even.
I am
2 under on the day.
I am homo for Homa.
You are so homo.
Golly.
For Homa.
This is going to be difficult not watching the Masters doing this whole.
Bhatia is a G. Just his whole look, his whole like Coke bottle glasses, chewing gum. He's a lefty, which there was some talk after Mike Weir won.
Yeah.
Philly Mac won. Then he won again.
Sets up for
They're
lefties.
like, hey, now, if you look at the global history of the Masters, now there's way, way, way more right-handed players than left-handed. Anyway, we'll nerd out later. We'll talk about this after after the air.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
As Chandler mentioned, we probably should have called this "Watch Us Watch the Masters and Drink."
That's true.
So let's see. Nope, that was it. That was our last one.
Michael Dunn announcing that he is interimly here in person on the cast to look at his interim logo.
I love it.
I think he's just making sure that we did
He
keep
is.
good to our word that we
He
were
is.
actually going to put it back up.
Interimly here.
Listen, Dunn, you're one in our hearts, no matter
That's
if
right.
you are in our wallets or not.
You can see this gorgeous model in the middle screen. That's the back of the shirt that Josh has on.
Wow, is that like a wide angle lens? Who
It
is that?
had to be, bro. You want to talk about big back? That's the definition of it.
Is that you in a visor?
It's not, of course.
Oh,
It's my
wow.
Traditions high-rise visor.
Wow.
Bro,
Might
I themed
interest
out.
you in a liquid diet for a week?
Dude, I may have to have the same problems that you had.
Oh, I would not wish it on anybody.
No. Speaking of, Josh,
Speaking of,
so let me map for everybody out there in interwebs land. You're a pretty private person, so some of this you're just going to have to grin and bear it.
oh yeah,
Okay.
just gonna throw it out there.
We had a great day, capital G, on Sunday. Wives, 2 of your daughters were gone. The one that you liked the most was here. Took my 2 middle boys. We went down to Georgetown, Texas.
We did.
It was going to be too cold to fish, too windy to fish. So we went down to Georgetown, Texas. We went to Bass Pro.
Yeah,
You can't not have a great time at Bass Pro.
dude.
Picked up some things.
Picked up some fishing gear.
Got a couple hats.
Yeah.
All of the things that you would need to think you know
to
what
have
you're
a great
doing.
day at
To have a
Bass
great
Pro.
day. Then from there, we went to, did we go to the golf ranch first or lunch?
Well, Kate really wanted to go to Kava,
Kava.
which is an absolute bougie chick place to
I
eat.
learned all about Kava. I'd never been
Yeah.
there, never heard of it.
CAVA. It's like a bougie white girl's version of Chipotle.
Mhm.
I think that's the best way to put it.
Yep.
She loved it. So she went there, and then all of us went to Raising
Cane's.
Cane's, of course.
Cane sauce.
Got a box combo, no slaw, extra fries. Your son got the toast buttered on both sides, which
Did-
apparently is a move we didn't know about.
Did anybody out there in internet land know that you can ask at Raising Cane's for a bob that's buttered on both? Your toast can be buttered on both sides. I had no clue this existed.
Didn't
It is
either.
pretty life-changing.
Yeah, I agree.
So we got lunch. Then we headed to the golf ranch in Georgetown. New facility. They just moved into their new facility not too long ago. Amazing time.
Dude, we walked
Amazing
in,
time.
and it was like one of those moments where like the angels start
Mm-hmm.
singing and lights come from the heavens, and you like hear this, like feel this euphoric sense of
Yeah.
like all is right with the world. That's how you feel when you walk into the golf ranch.
Yep. And you know, Kate is justified because another white girl, Jordan Shaft, loves Kava too. So, yep.
Those are the 2 best endorsements you can get when you're
really
targeting
can.
that audience, to have Kate and Jordan both say
Yes.
that you're great.
Yeah.
You're in good shape.
Jordan's got about 150 pounds on her, but still equally a girl.
Like 145-ish.
He's got that. He can get into that high falsetto range too.
That's true.
So we ate, we went to the golf ranch, we came back. We were holding out hope that we might be able to get on the water, in
Later
the,
in the day.
evening. It was still just kind of too windy.
Yeah.
So I think we chilled out. Damn, I don't remember what we did. Did we
I think
eat? Did
Cohen
we?
came home. Y'all hung
Oh,
out
that's
at your
right.
house. and
That's right.
Kate and I hung
That's right.
out. Did some stuff around the house.
Yep.
Just had like a really chill
Chill
like,
Sunday.
afternoon, evening
If only the Masters Sunday was last Sunday. That
Yeah.
would have been awesome.
for sure.
But then that gets us to Monday. Monday, a little bit of a weird day. We were also holding out hope that Monday morning we could go fishing,
Yeah.
and it was 38 degrees. And we were like, oh, hell no.
Yeah. It was too cold. Wasn't going to do it.
Then on the family group text between our 2 families, we get a message from your wife at the ER. Normally, 99.9% out of 100, if she sends that text, Christy and I are like, which kid? Which kid is sick? Someone needs an asthma
Right.
treatment. Someone, broke a bone, cheerleading, whatever. No. I'm at the ER with Josh. I'm like, so are y'all visiting someone there? Or because you're a dude and a ginger. Number one, you don't go to doctors if you don't have to.
Never go to doctors.
You fight off. I think you just grit when you feel like there's an illness coming on.
Yep.
Um,
The ginger genes take over.
It does.
It immediately kills whatever's going on, and
Yep.
we're good to go.
Yeah. but this was not that.
No.
You had a
and-
little tum-tum rumble.
Yeah, it was weird because I didn't really sleep great on Sunday night, feeling kind of discomfort, had been kind of feeling like a little bloated. Sorry for oversharing the last couple of days, but really didn't think much about it. And then Monday throughout the day, started having this kind of pain, like right in the middle of my stomach, moved to the right side of my stomach, got worse and worse. And finally, I worked all day Monday, had a Parks Board meeting Monday night, went and did that. And then by the time I made it home, Carrie and the girls had just made it back from their
Florida, or Gulf Shores, Alabama.
Alabama trip for cheer. Literally just landed, got home like 30 minutes before I did. And I walk in the door and she's like, hey, you don't look good. And I'm like, yeah, I really don't feel good. And it's getting worse. So I think we probably need to go to Premier. Texted our favorite, Dr. Jason and Allison. They're the freaking best.
Who's eating on the porch right now?
Love
the
them.
Speakeasy.
Texted them, just said, hey, is this something I need to get checked out? He's like, yes. So I went to Premier and they're thinking, hey, you got an appendix problem. You're probably going to have to get your appendix out tonight. So I'm like, okay, kind of prep and get ready for that. Stayed there 7:30 until about 12:30, had CT scan, did all the tests and everything, blood work. And they're like, white blood cell count's elevated. Then came back from radiology and they're like, hey, appendix looks just great. Appendix is totally fine. No issues there. And I'm like,
are you sure about that?
I'm not, you sure about that?
You sure about that?
Turns out appendix was fine. So we're like, okay, well, we'll go home. They had me on some meds, kept me comfortable. We get home, I lay down, and it was the worst night probably I've ever had in maybe not my whole life, but pretty close. Pain got way worse throughout the night. 6 a.m. Carrie's like, hey, how are you feeling? I'm like, I think we need to go back. So, and knowing how much I hate to do anything medical at all, how bad I must have been feeling. So went back to see Dr. Jason was at Premier at this time, texted him. He got me right in, did another CT scan. He's like, man, appendix still looks great, but right at the connection of the small intestine, large intestine is really inflamed, really angry. There's definitely something bad going on. I'm going to refer you to the hospital so they can do some more tests and try to see what's going on. So referred me. That's where the picture came from. They brought the ambulance, so I didn't have to sit and wait in the ER for 9 hours. So got me right in, got me in a room, and then surgery comes in. They're like, hey, we think you got a kink in the line, a blockage of some kind. We really got to get in there and get that taken care of. So sweet. I've never had a surgery my whole life. I've had lots of stitches, right?
Lots of
injuries, but never surgeries. Never been under anesthesia. So I'm like, all right, sweet. We're going to do this. So did surgery on Tuesday. They got in there, thankfully, no blockage, no kinks, no nothing, but they're like, it is really inflamed. There's definitely something going on.
Meanwhile, I was videoing the whole thing.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, this is hilarious.
Yeah. The best part was the ambulance driver was a big Commonwealth fan, told me he spends way too much money here. I told him, thank you, keep it up. And then like when we get to the ER, pretty much everybody in the hospital has heard about or been to Commonwealth and we're like big fans. And so that was really cool just to see the impact that we've had on kind of the medical community and them and how many love and enjoy Commonwealth. And so thank you truly for
Espresso Martinez was his favorite drink.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. So long story short, didn't find anything on the surgery. So stayed overnight Tuesday, Wednesday, stayed inpatient, clear liquids because they wanted to prep me. They're like, man, outside of the intestine looks good. Inside is what we're worried about. And so they did testing for like Crohn's disease, for other diseases, for cancer, for all sorts of stuff. So that was a little bit of an unnerving day.
Yeah.
Just not knowing and being a little bit worried about that. Had a lot of good, like deep thoughts by Jack Handy.
Yep.
You
handed in
the thoughts.
The thoughts. You handed your thoughts.
And so that was interesting. Like if you haven't had like a moment like that in your life, or if you haven't been in a spot where you're like really contemplating serious things being wrong with you, I wouldn't recommend it, but it is also good to have like a nice perspective shift.
Yeah.
So Wednesday night, they're like, hey, you're going to have a colonoscopy tomorrow morning because we have to look at the inside of the intestine. And that's the only way we can do that. And by this point, I'm like, you know what? Hey, whatever you got to do, like, I'm here for it. I didn't know the full meaning of the term bowel cleanse.
Yeah. So
for those of you who have had this done, you get it. you know that means for the next 10 hours, you're going to be on the shitter for 8 of those 10 hours solid. And even when you sit down, you're going to be thinking, do I need to get back on? Is that like just like a little bubble? Or because from the minute you sense the bubble to the minute that bubble leaves your body, very, very, very short runway.
Yep.
So
that's just a normal Tuesday for me, bro.
Yeah. Listen, my whole goal from Wednesday night at 8 until Thursday morning at 8 was to not shit the bed. That was my whole goal in life. My whole perspective had been changed. That term will now and forever always have a new meaning to me. But hey, mission accomplished, right?
Yep.
We did what we needed to do. We did not shit the bed. Everything made it where it was supposed to.
Allegedly.
Well, that's
there
true.
was a gap where nobody was with you yesterday.
True. That's true.
So I'm going to give you my perspective of this whole incident.
Okay, wait, Hank.
Yeah.
Full story. Had the colonoscopy. They were pretty much like, hey, we can't say that you have Crohn's disease because we're not sure, but we're pretty confident, 85% confident that's what it is. Got in, did the second anesthesia in 3 days for me, who's never had it ever. So that was interesting.
Hey, if you're going to have a colonoscopy, knock my ass out.
Yeah, 100%. And so turns out, don't have Crohn's disease. They think it was just an aggressive viral infection that attacked that particular area. And so we got to leave late yesterday from the hospital. Got a couple more outpatient stuff we'll do just to make sure everything's good. But the GI doc was like, I really don't think that you'll ever have this happen to you again. It was just kind of a freak deal, but total clean bill of health. I did have them triple check the liver while they were in there,
Might
for
as well.
reasons.
Might as well.
Hey, because I'm
okay?
a ginger, I think I've got a superhuman liver, and that's probably why we're doing in good shape. But total 100% clean bill of health. Can't say thank you enough to everybody that reached out and supported us and just let us know they're thinking about us and praying about us, and all the care we got was top notch. So of the whole thing, like I hate that we had to go through it and experience it. I'm still like pretty sore and ginger from mostly, I think, from just the surgery and internal stitches and stuff, but moving a little slower, but super, super thankful.
So we're going to have hospital talk in just a second.
Okay.
It's dead.
Oh shit.
I'm going to have to turn master's coverage on my phone.
That's fine.
It's not because I don't care about the people out there, but my guy's making a little bit of a run.
And no, Danny, we did not get the film from the butt cam. Only you would ask that.
Or did I? And am I about to play it?
Mm-hmm.
How would you feel if your sphincter film was posted online for everybody to see?
Bro, after the week I've had, like, would not even faze me. Last week, if you had asked me that, I would have been terrified and it would have been awful.
Yeah.
But this week, bring it on. What else are you going to do?
Kevin says you feel freaking fantastic when the clean out Drano-ing is done. See you, Kev.
All right, man.
So
that's true.
There's a couple of perspectives, right? Yes, I was filming my bestie here going into the ambulance, not knowing if he was going to come out of this thing on the right side of the ground. But I would totally expect him to do the same thing had it been reversed.
And
right?
Rest assured, I 100% would have. Like, that's bro code. Like, that's what you do.
It is. But there's a few things. Then you're getting to like, okay, he's got to have surgery and it's exploratory and it's all the things. And it's like, okay, shit's getting a little bit real.
Yeah.
And we were up there. We're going to have hospital talk in just a sec, but a hospital is never a comfortable place to be.
No.
The ER waiting room, it's depressing. I guess it should be because usually it's emergencies and always people coughing. Always in the emergency room. And like you said, incredible care. Shout out Baylor, Scott and White, all the doctors, especially the nurses that had to deal with some of the things we're going to talk about.
Dude.
But so it's that weird thing. I also like Josh is a super private person and he's a dude. So number one, you really don't go to doctors very much at all. If you did
especially now that we have Jason Allison.
100%.
Like
we just text, hey, I'm feeling a little peckish.
Dude.
Right. But peckish, that's a word. I think peckish is a word. Peckish? Chandler, it's a word, right?
Can we confirm that?
Peckish means like a hunger, like you're hungry, the feeling from being hungry.
That's like one of those British words that sounds like a bad one, but it's really not. Or like one of those English phrases.
Informal British.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Can I have the origin of the word, please?
Yes. I was feeling a bit peckish. You got to make sure you enunciate though. Yeah.
Hurts a little bit when I laugh, so let's easy on that.
So he gets out of surgery and we're like, that's the thing. So we're texting and Josh is a private person. I don't know if Carrie posted these things on Facebook for everybody to see.
No.
But I wouldn't imagine that would have happened because you also don't want people to get all in a tizzy until you know things.
Right.
Like we put that out and it's like, oh shit, is Josh going to die or whatever? But
never. Because I'm a ginger.
He's a ginger. No. And you seriously think that he's going to go before me?
Yeah,
there's
chance.
No chance.
Zero chance.
Zero chance.
You're so much older.
Yes.
So much fatter.
Much. I am the big back. So it was this weird thing like, hey, we want to be supportive. We want to know what's going on. We're trying to, because the hospital is never a comfortable place. Like, hey, Carrie, can we come up there? Can we spell you? You want to go home, take a shower, like in your own place and all those things. And it was a weird time. And I'm sure, the girls were, dang, is daddy okay? And it goes through a whole new series.
And they're all feeling all the emotions and you're trying to be like careful. Like you want to be honest, but you don't want to share everything because you don't know. And you don't want to seem scared or worried.
No. And what's interesting is this came on the tail end of what you and I have called the best 10-day run, maybe of all time.
Yeah.
In things that we got to do that maybe we didn't normally ever do. We went upland bird hunting. We went to Vegas. Like we had a really good 10-day run. And I think it is absolutely the Lord's sense of humor for you and I both. Like, hey, you had a good run. Now check yourself.
For a little bit.
Check yourself.
Here's a little perspective for you.
Yeah. So it's funny. We get there the day after your surgery and you're feeling fine. You ran payroll. You ran Commonwealth payroll. He was awake enough to do it.
From the hospital bed.
Yeah, it was great. Tell us you own your own business without telling us you own your own business. Yeah. You're in the hospital bed with a laptop running payroll. And then the doctor comes in to like check your sutures and everything. And it's like, seriously, it's like Tupac. There's just all these exploratory holes. They're all blue. Look, it literally looks like you were shot 5 times by a gun.
Yeah.
And not a small gun.
And that is the story I will tell forever. If
100%.
These turn into actual real scars.
Yep. And you're trying not to make a grumpy in bed while your family is in the same room. Yes. Mm-hmm. Very true. It sounds like Derek Dickey knows what you're talking about.
Dude, once you start that cocktail, you don't get to decide. You don't get to decide.
No.
If it's coming, you're going.
Michael Dunn says, hey, now that you're cleaned out, your alcohol absorption should be very high. Now, he's still, all fairness, full disclosure, he's drinking a little soda water because he can't be on booze for another 4 days. So I'm drinking for 2.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Everybody makes sacrifices.
Everybody does. This is what I'm willing to do.
You are taking the load for both of us. Thank you.
I am really good at taking 2 loads. I don't know what I just said.
Can you hit the crickets button?
I think that's the crickets. It's either crickets or applause, and neither one works. I guess Josh doesn't trust you. So that's what's funny, Nicole, is number one, does he trust me? Yes, I think. Would I do it correctly? The answer is a hard no.
No.
But my wife and I, and my wife is a 6. She's an admin, like administrative is her gifting, spreadsheet girl. So we were on our way that day. We had planned, Josh, show us how to do it. Then we're going to come back to the restaurant and run it. But no, he just thugged it out and did it. And I'm like, sweet, praise God.
We were ready, but thank you.
I would have written paper checks to everybody that's ever been employed here. Yeah. So yeah, I'm a good friend, Danny. So anyways, we get through all of the things. We get the news from yesterday. We went up and visited yesterday. And as Christy and I get off the elevator, we hear screaming. And I mean, not like pain screaming.
No.
Not like, oh, no. We hear a dude that could only be described as a little bitch.
Oh, yeah.
He was being a little bitch, and it wasn't because of the pain.
Mm-mm.
He had to have been a meth head. He had to have been on some sort of drugs. He had to be strapped down, and he was yelling obscenities and just yelling at the top of his lungs at anybody that walked in the room or walked by his door. The nurses, the verbal berating that they took, God bless you. Baylor Scott and White nurses on the 5th floor. You guys are all amazing. I told you I would have dealt with that. I told him that I'm usually the guy that takes people to the train station if it's one of us.
Yeah.
Needs to make that call. But it was the worst. And your very sweet nurse, I guess the charge nurse, right, came in and is like, hey, I don't know if it's good news yet, but we're either going to move or move him.
Yeah. Because we were right next door to this dude.
Literally.
From Tuesday through Thursday. Finally, he got moved Thursday, like mid-morning, like at, I don't know, noonish or something. But there were police officers in his room almost the whole time, security in his room almost the whole time. And you could tell, I don't know if they sedated him or I'm assuming that they did, because there were periods where it was like he'd go quiet for like 3 or 4 hours. And you're like, oh, praise God.
Yeah.
And then you'd hear him start yelling again. And it's
so
like,
he's starting to wake up again.
I'm going to go next door and beat the shit out of this guy.
I literally asked the nurses, like, is that okay?
Yeah.
Like,
we'll go next door.
Am I going to get arrested?
Yeah.
Like,
Jared
whatever.
And Josh, feeling how he is, will still beat the shit out of this guy.
100%. Josh
just out of
tied
GP.
to an IV, rolling his little cart around, just beating the shit out of people that are screaming up there.
Yep.
None of you, anybody in healthcare, nobody anywhere should have to take that kind of abuse. That was awful. But past that, dude, we went up there a couple of different days, nights, or whatever. And I just started looking around. And because we had just gotten back from Vegas, we stayed at the Fontainebleau, and it's a gorgeous hotel. And the elevator is completely digital and all the things. We get in the elevator at Scott & White. And Scott & White's, I have no clue the history, but it's been there a long, long time. The old school plastic buttons on the elevator.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm riding up the elevator to the 5th floor. We go into the room that you were staying, and we're sitting down. And I just start looking around. And I'm like, there's got to be some, and I'm sure it's a budget thing, as most things always are, but there has got to be some innovation that can help us with certain elements of hospitality in a hospital.
Agreed.
1, 2, 3, 4. Particularly as it regards to hospital furniture.
Agreed. 100%.
Now,
agreed.
you don't like laying in that bed, but yours is by far the cushiest bed, the most, comfortable one.
For sure.
The little couch / bed and the little recliner chair that they had in there. And I get it. People are probably shitting themselves and vomiting everywhere, all over things. So it's got to be easy to clean.
Right.
But we've got to talk about if you could build your perfect hospital room.
Yeah.
Because they also had a pedestal LCD TV, like 4 channels. And it's always obviously on the channel that you hate. And you can't hear it because the speaker comes out of the little thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, hey, Diesel, you're amazing. If you could build your perfect hospital room, is that why guys don't like going to the doctor? Because it's so uncomfortable? Like, is it? And we don't want to hear bad news.
We don't want to hear all the things that are wrong with us and how we should change our eating habits and our drinking habits and our exercise habits and our diets, and how our wives are actually right about all the shit they tell us that we should be doing.
Easy now.
We just don't want to hear it. That's why we don't want to go to the doctor. We just want to be, and also I think every dude has a like immortality complex. Like we all think that we're invincible no matter what. Listen, I'm telling you, I got some deep thoughts on Wednesday.
Oh, was it one of those that you're like, was it very introspective? Like, hey, I need to make peace with some things and make amends and all that kind of crap?
Not really. For me, it was more like, I'm so worried about like chasing like the next goal. Like I never really stopped to appreciate the goals that we've already achieved. Like I don't celebrate much. It's just always like a pursuit. So that was more like where I went, like just being more grateful and thankful for where we're at instead of thinking about where I need to additionally also get to.
And I'll tell you what, it's a really interesting perspective. And sometimes I really do. I think the good Lord lets us go through that kind of adversity to help us gain that kind of perspective.
Yeah.
And we've talked about that even here. When you're focused on payroll and cost of goods and sales, and sometimes why aren't more people coming? It's a great place, we think. But we don't take enough time to celebrate the victories even that we've had here. Yeah. Like just, hey man, this is pretty freaking great. It's either on to the next thing or dealing with the next problem first and foremost.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you gain a lot of perspective through incidents like that.
I agree.
You also on a golf course, because we had just, one of the reasons we went to the golf ranch, we had played golf at Miramont in Bryan, Texas, at the Legends and whatever, which I don't think we really got into. We talked more about bird hunting and everything last episode.
Yeah, Legends and Letterman.
Legends and Letterman.
Benefits the Boys and Girls Club.
Incredible. So now we're like, dude, we need to play more golf. Let's go to the golf ranch. But I think on a golf course, it's that same thing. The one thing when you get to both our age and the fact that we don't play very often, and it's like, we need one good shot to make us want to come back.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk not about the 500 horrible shots. We're going to talk about the one good shot. And it's that perspective kind of paradigm shift. Like,
yeah,
hey, maybe stop and smell the roses.
Yeah.
You are on to be a professional fisherman next.
You're dang right, JP. JP just so
great
happened
fishing
to,
guide
by himself, win the Wednesday night bass fishing tournament this week.
JP, to you, my friend.
Here's to your big win.
To catching big ones. Ripping lips, man.
Dude, one of the best dudes on the planet.
Hell of a fisherman.
Yeah. Well, not when he's with me, apparently. But
yeah.
Maybe I'm the bad luck. I don't know. We're going to fix that.
Maybe he showed you where to go. You did it wrong, and he went by himself, won the tournament.
That's probably what happened.
Yeah. So true. We think so too.
DeChambeau's making a little run today.
He is. I was just checking the leaderboard here. Rose got to 9 though. McCarty bogeyed 18 to get to 5.
Yeah.
No, wait, to 5.
Scheffler just getting started.
Hogard, one of the twins.
Dude, I'll tell you what.
He's making a little run today, 400
Ludwig
today.
Oberg.
Oh, 500
Watch
today.
that dude. He finished second last year. He has got the cleanest swing ever and doesn't get rattled, doesn't have big blow up holes. Like his worst thing he'll do this whole tournament is a bogey. And he may have 2 or 3 maybe in a round, but he's also going to have minimum 3-4 birdies, couple of looks at eagle. Ludwig Oberg's going to be there on Sunday. Mark my words.
Oh, there we go. That's much easier to read.
Yeah. And God, love Scotty so much. I want him to play really well. Just hit a great putt on one. Didn't go in, but if he puts like that all day.
Yeah, I think he was the leader in the clubhouse, and that was the first pick of our Masters draft that we took too.
Most disappointed in 2 of my favorite golfers, Justin Thomas and Jordan Spieth. I wanted them to be up at the front from day one. I love watching them play. I love their energy. I love their passion. They're both incredible ball strikers, but they're just both kind of
and I'll tell you what,
chunking it around a little bit.
Spieth, you see him early or maybe in the middle of the round yesterday, drop a 30-foot bomb putt. And if Spieth does that, you're like, oh shit, here we go.
That's going to light the fire.
Yeah. And
then he immediately pulls it left and hooks it left.
Yeah.
Left of left on the next tee box. And you're like, oh, there we go.
Hey, Bloom.
12th hole blow up that he had 3 or 4 years ago. He's never really recovered from that.
Hey, Bloom Bar, you have to be 21 to win the creek. Okay. I see what you're doing.
Good
unless
point.
your mom is on your Facebook account,
Mm-hmm.
which very well could be. We've got about what, 19 minutes? 19 minutes. So
yeah,
here we go. We're giving away a bottle of Rebecca Creek small batch blended whiskey. If you're a member, it stays in your locker and it's autographed by the owner of Rebecca Creek.
Was that
incredible
shot from Rory just now? Hang on. Watch this.
Oh,
I mean, it's giving Phil Mickelson.
From the pine straw?
He's not right by the tree, but
from the pine straw.
with a 3/4 knockdown swing with probably a 5-iron.
Oh, shit.
Dude.
Well, he needs something because he doubled 2 of the last 4 holes coming in and went from 4 under to even.
And you saw like his, the issue that he had, was it at the Players? When he lost at the very end because he missed like 3 short putts in the last 5 holes.
Oh, no, he won the Players. He won this, didn't he?
Yeah, he won in the playoff.
He won in the playoff. I wonder if
what
that
tournament was it that he left early and
every other one? Every other one. He's been chasing his Grand Slam title at the Masters
it might have
for
been
years.
the US Open last year. I don't know. Anyway, it gave glimpses of him cratering at the end, and then it ruined him. So I'm glad he's playing well today.
So good segue. So thank you. Josh he's moving gingerly and slowly.
Yes.
Probably for the next few days. He's got bullet holes all through him.
Yeah.
He also had a giant probe up his ass yesterday. So, you know,
based on my experiences in college, it really didn't feel that giant.
No.
But
well, you were also asleep.
that's true.
Yeah.
Which, if you're going to have to be probed that way, just
if you're going to have to be
sleep.
probed anyway,
Just go to sleep.
You might as well be put to sleep.
It does make you feel a lot vulnerable, because you know what's happening, even if you're not awake. But when you wake up from anesthesia, like normally when you want to say things and you're like, oh, that's not appropriate, like your filter will say, yeah, don't say that.
I don't have that filter.
When you're waking up from anesthesia, you don't have the filter.
No.
And so I was worried. I'm like, what am I going to say? Because I filter a lot, because I have lot of comments that I want to say that I don't. And I'm like, I just really, but genuinely, like, I'm not like an a-hole. So I'm like not worried about being offensive, really. I'm just worried about saying inappropriate jokes and that type deal. So apparently I woke up during the procedure because I'm a ginger and they didn't use enough. I don't know if they didn't use enough or my body just metabolized it, whatever it is. They did a fantastic job. It was my fault.
Totally your fault.
I woke up during anesthesia and I said, I don't think I'm supposed to feel that.
Hey, so girls, that stairwell takes you into the kitchen.
Put me back under real quick.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Then when I woke up from anesthesia in the recovery room, she was like, are you hurting? And I was like, ma'am, the only thing that hurts is my pride and my dignity. Carrie said, I just started laughing. I'm like, okay, you know what? If those are the two comments I made, it was a win. It was a huge win. Because if you could know the things that go on in my head most times that I don't say, and I didn't say any of those things, praise God.
Kudos to you, sir.
Thank you, God.
Josh is also his first surgery, the one where they chopped up his belly. The legend, it's grown into a legend now. The legend goes that he got rolled back to his room and he was intubated, right? So the machine, I guess, that breathes for you, keeps your airway clear or whatnot. And the nurse who was dealing with you turned his back, I guess, working on the little machine, and turns around to find you have pulled the intubation tube out yourself and we're handing it to him. Yeah. And he's like, in all my years, this is a first. It's like, bro, if you knew who he was, that's just kind of what I would have expected.
My bad. Didn't you
Maybe
know?
I should have warned you.
Bothering me. I don't know.
Yeah, he likes pulling long things out of the back of his throat. It's whatever. Hey, golf talk. Golf. Cricket's button. Definitely applause. Definitely applause. So golf talk.
Golf talk.
Okay. A while ago. First of all, let's just go to the GOAT. Who's your greatest of all time? Because you and I, as different as we are, when we kind of grew up starting to love golf and play golf quite a bit. I was in the golf business, so we had access to a lot of places to play. You know, it was really, I loved Tiger. He loved Philly Mac. And that tells you everything you need to know about both of us.
Yeah.
But who do you think is the greatest golfer of all time? And who is your favorite golfer of all time?
When you talk about greatest of all time, that's a different conversation for me, because we're kind of, I think, talking more like, who do you enjoy watching? Who do you root for? Like, what type of play do you like? I think Bobby Jones, Byron Nelson, like those names are some of the greatest to ever play the game because of what they did with the equipment they had.
Yeah.
And how they played and what they played, what type of men they were. But like in terms of enjoyment, people I like to watch, I love the fiery, like 10 cup, gonna go for it even when they shouldn't. So that's why I loved Phil, especially in his heyday, hitting that ridiculous shot from behind the tree on the pine straw in 13 to win his first Masters. Like stuff like that is what you write books about. That's what inspires people. So that's why I love that type of play. I didn't like Tiger winning as much as Tiger won because I always root for the underdog. Like, I don't want the guy to win that's supposed to win, and it's kind of boring. And Tiger kicked everybody's ass for years and years. Golf boring to me because I'm like, okay, same guy's going to win no matter what. Like, it's not even fun to watch anymore. And so that's why I'm not like a big Tiger bandwagon. I actually like Tiger more now that he struggles and hasn't played well. And when he won 2 years ago or whatever his little comeback victory was, that was my favorite version of Tiger.
Because he had to, he had to face the adversity.
He had to overcome some shit. He had to, like, the phoenix rising from the ashes, truly, given how his personal life cratered and crashed, no pun intended, the bad car accident he got into, all of that stuff. He had to overcome some adversity and relearn and retool and come back, and he was able to do it. So I'm all for that type of story.
For me, I mean, I'm a huge Tiger Woods, the golfer fan.
Yeah.
Huge fan. Greatest of all time. It's Jack. He's got the most majors. So for me, comparing Tiger to Jack, as much as I really like Tiger, is like comparing LeBron to MJ. Listen, MJ had the most rings.
Yeah.
Between you two anyways. So Jack is the greatest of all time, in my opinion. Tiger's been one of my favorites. I'll watch him now gimp around. Like he'll be in a motorized cart he'll be in a little Rascal.
Oh yeah.
Driving down the fairway of the Masters, and I'll watch him.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing about Tiger. Mentally, and our buddy Philip Pyle, God bless, I hope he's still alive somewhere, said it this way, and I thought it just captured who Tiger was. The thing is, Tiger knows he's better than you. You know that Tiger's better than you.
Yeah.
And what you fail to understand is Tiger knows that you know he's better than you.
Yeah.
Right? And so when you kind of had that mental focus, it's a damn shame that he couldn't apply that to his personal life for so long, but it looks like, hey, got 2 kids and he's made the most of all of that. So I love a good redemption story too, but you're right. I'm an even bigger fan of him now because everything's difficult for him.
Yeah.
He moves like I do.
Yeah.
Like
slow,
so you got to
calculated.
stretch out your back every once in a while.
Yeah.
Things just pop like out of nowhere. You're just walking, doing something. You're like, oh, I think I just tore my ACL. That kind of thing. Nowadays, so my first pick when we did our draft, and I had the 12th pick out of 17, was Max Homa. Now,
hey, what is it? Style over substance?
That's right. Form over function, style over substance.
Yeah.
That's me. Dude looks the
You
part.
are that guy.
He's got a beard, but he rates, and I don't know how this trend started. It was on Twitter or TikTok or something, and people sent them swing videos. Maybe one of his sponsors, I don't know, does it. But he has this thing where he rates, just if I send him a video of my swing, and no holds barred.
Max Homa does this?
Max Homa does this.
Okay.
It's hilarious. He's like, bro, you should probably quit golf.
I'm going to have to check this out.
You should probably try to take up bowling or something.
There's no hope for you.
No hope for you. And he's really honest about it. And so, he'll point out some decent things too. So nowadays, what was interesting is because I don't follow golf near as much, not being in the business.
Yeah.
When we got to our draft, I didn't know 70% of the names on there.
Yeah.
I'm asking everybody in here.
Yeah.
Like the Hogard is like, oh, wow, there's another Hogard. Are they related? And everybody in here is like, dude, they're twins.
Yeah.
It's like, what? On the PGA Tour, both playing in the Masters? Yeah. So it's those guys. I love Ricky Fowler.
Yeah.
I love Jordan Spieth because that dude gets all fired up. Speaking of Homa right there.
Homa, approach shot on 18.
Get there. Ooh, it carried. It didn't back up.
No, that's a great shot though still.
Yeah, he'll miss it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But he's even. So
yeah,
long as the leaders don't go to 11 under, it's top 70 plus ties or within 10 shots of the lead.
Top 70 plus ties or within 10 shots of the lead.
Yep.
The things that you know. Okay. So damn. What was the leaderboard at
Justin
right now?
Rose, I think, is at 8 now total, but
8.
I told Elle
18.
this morning that he was going to struggle today because he had such a crazy day yesterday. There's no way he's going low today. If he shoots 1 or 2 under, that's going to be a really good day for him.
Yep.
And I think that's about where he is, isn't it?
I think so. He was at 7. He finished 7 yesterday, so he's 1 under for the day.
Yeah, he birdied 16, but then he bogeyed 17. He bogeyed 18 yesterday. He's in a way better spot today. So he'll probably, with that pin placement on 18, he'll make par.
That's what I want to see right there. Let's go to the traditional format. Rosie, is 1 under for today.
Yeah.
DeChambeau making moves.
Yeah,
shot a
so he'll
69.
finish at 8 under. DeChambeau 7 under. So, and don't forget, they're going to set up the course.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, he yanked it into the gallery.
Who was that?
Not a tough up and down though. That was Rose with his approach from
Good
115 yards.
I hate that guy. Wow. Yeah. I hope he tears his ACL walking to the green.
Okay, Justin Thomas,
kidding. I shouldn't ever do. I shouldn't wish that ever.
And he pushed the shit out of it.
He did. It's in the trees. Oh, layup, but he's got to carry the bunker and a back pin downwind.
Well, downwind, downhill.
Damn.
That's going to test him.
Rory is 5 under on the day.
Yeah.
Today.
The problem that Rory's had and will continue to have is that right there.
Yep.
He pull hooks and he push slices off the tee box. If he could just find the ever-loving fairway 80% of the time,
Yep.
he would shoot 8 under every.
Man, Lowry's having a big day, 3 under.
Yeah.
Oh, he already posted score, 71. So
What's
yeah, he's
Oberg
3 under.
doing?
Who?
Even for the day?
Yeah, Hogard.
Aberg.
Oh, there.
It's an
Yeah, it's
A, but you
Oberg.
pronounce
Yeah,
it like O.
he's even
Even
today.
through 13.
Shot 68, so he stays
So
tied
he's still
seventh.
going to play 15, still going to play 16, 17. So he can get 2 more under pretty reasonably.
Well, Xander Schauffele, where is? Oh, Scheffler. There you go. He's even today, but he's only 3-1. Man, Masters week. There, I think I was telling you this in the hospital. If you're going to be down and out, and we're going to have to stay in the hospital,
Yeah.
Masters week is not a bad one to
That is
have
true.
to stay in the hospital.
It really did hurt my heart to miss the Wednesday night par 3 watch party live draft. Like that really was was rough. Probably not. I would put my foot down. It depends on where I would have
My
been.
doctor friends,
on
it's
that
great
redraw.
to see you, Jason and Allison.
Thank y'all.
With Optimal Concierge Medicine.
But yeah, that was sucky, but it's okay because now we've
fine.
got the whole rest of the tournament today, Saturday, Sunday. There's Scheffler with his second at 2, which is a par 5. Looks
Did
like
you
he pushed it a
know,
little bit.
Josh, that
Oh,
Masters,
what?
he got there?
Shot. He turned.
Oh,
it.
it's not staying on the top.
It doesn't matter. He turned it 40
He did.
yards around those trees. It'll stay there, uphill putt.
Did you know
As a
that
makeable
Masters
eagle.
week is one of the highest weeks that men choose to get vasectomies? The weekends.
Because
They get to
Just stay
put
home?
frozen peas on their balls for 3 days and, watch the Masters.
I didn't realize that was a thing unless you were getting a vasectomy, but maybe we should try it just on a
Yeah.
random Tuesday.
No, my wife got fixed. I'm not doing anything to my
I was talking
ding
about
dong.
putting peas on your balls. Frozen
Oh,
peas. I don't know.
Hey, anything at this point.
Yeah.
Keeps swelling down.
I don't think anything's going to tighten the skin again, but we'll see.
That's true. Oh boy, this has gone off the rails.
Rory. But
Glad
he's
to see you
got a
back.
lane. He's a
He's
great
fine.
recovery artist.
Josh, let's give away the bottle because we got Masters to watch and things to do.
Okay. Hey, thank you, Steph. It's good to be back. I
Ish.
see John Keela makes an appearance just in time to enter the bottle drawing.
Just in
Weird.
time.
Weird
We
how
have
that
57 entries.
Okay.
So the rules, I'll get it,
Thanks.
Crippy. So this is a bottle of Rebecca Creek. It's their small batch. If you are a member, we'll put it in your locker, and then you get to take the bottle home later. It's autographed by the owner of Rebecca Creek. They did a tasting for us this past Tuesday. This past Tuesday. Tuesday. Special teams, special plays, special players. We've got live music. Gabriel River Band kicks us off tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Here's the other thing about live music these next 2 weekends.
Okay.
First come, first serve seating. There's no reservations.
Okay.
No reservations. So if you want to get a picnic table for you and your fam, your friends, whomever, come early.
Or you want a special seat right up
That's
close
right.
to the stage or on a certain side.
That's right.
Just come early.
Just come early. Also, whether you're a member or not, if you want to have something off the normal menu, drinks and food, you need to get a table inside or come up to the speakeasy. Outside, we're doing bar trailer, and it's going to be a lot of fun drinks out there. I got something called Hoop, HOOP,
Yeah.
space T, TEA.
Hoopty.
Hoopty.
Hoop tea.
It is
I love it.
the major competitor to Twisted Teas. I'm trying less sugar, bro. It's
Okay.
something we talked about. So we're going to have some hoop teas, some high noons, some long drinks, obviously some cocktails from us, cold beer. But if you want something that's not in there, you do need to get a reservation inside.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you want a chicken fried steak, if you want the working man ribeye, find a place to eat inside. We're doing concessions out there on the East Yard in the concert yard for tomorrow night. So stoked to see our buddy Danny and his band come out and kick us off.
Heck yeah.
Spring concert series. Here we go. And for our members, also the Bourbon and Whiskey 101 class, I'll send a reminder out with another ticket link. It's free, but we just want an RSVP led by our Bourbon Council. It's going to be a damn good time. That's Monday night at 7 p.m.
Dude.
Monday night at 7 p.m.
I was paying very close attention
To Rory.
because Rory out of the pine straw in the shit just hit one of the best recovery shots I have ever seen.
He's a scrambler.
He was going to go under all those trees, and then at the last minute, changed clubs, decided to go over. Well, look at where he's hitting from. And then the result is like 15 feet just to
We
the left
talked
of the
about
pin
this
in the
yesterday.
valley.
Like, it's not the fact that he's hitting off the pine straw through a 2-foot window between 2 pine trees. It's that the gallery is even closer than the trees.
Right.
How are you not clocking some dude's cheekbone and blasting his face?
Great question.
There's no chance.
I don't know. I would not want to be those dudes because I'm like, yeah, you have confidence because they're professional golfers, but
Yeah. No.
they can
It could
have
go
a shank
sideways.
too.
It could
And like
go
even a tiny
sideways.
miss ends up in your face.
It could go sideways. Thank you, Michael King. Appreciate the hat compliment. I'm sure you're in someplace tropical. Watch us drink next week. That will be the 18th. Bunch of fun things. The 19th next Saturday.
He hold it.
Damn it, he made
Justin
it.
Thomas for Eagle.
Let's go,
Off
baby.
that
On
on
two.
number 2. We just said
Yeah.
downhill, downwind. That's going to be tough, dude. He
made
freaking
it.
hold it for an eagle.
But how do you keep your composure? Dude, I would have taken my shirt off, ran into the gallery, chugged somebody's beer,
Yeah.
and gotten back to the
You
green
would
to
have
get my
gone Joel
ball.
Dahman.
100%.
Dude, I love Joel Dahman. One of the
So,
most
shit,
fun
we gotta
players to
give
watch.
We got to give this away.
Okay,
Here
all
we go.
Now we have 59 entries.
We do.
We gave a little more
Yeah,
time
we
for
did.
somebody else.
Everybody,
You're welcome.
Chia Burry's trying to play the algorithm too.
I see that.
Caribou Crossing bottle will be at the
Ooh.
Commonwealth on April 22nd. Nicole Cornish, there's your answer. Thank you to
There you
Michael
go.
King for sponsoring our Watch Us Drink 2 weeks ago. You got to hashtag it, Bakai. You got to hashtag the creek. Slagle, quit doing it 500 times. It's only one entry. It's completely automated. I have no control.
Also, you don't win unless you hashtag ice. Okay, dude. Homo for Homa just made it.
Was that birdie?
Made his birdie putt.
Let's go.
Finished the day
Ooh.
at 2 under. He is now even.
I'll take even going into moving day
Oh, no, that was
Saturday.
his par putt. That
Oh,
was his
that's
par
fine.
putt. So
He-
still
2 under.
even going into Sunday. Pretty much guaranteed he's going to make the cut
Yeah.
now. All right,
There it is. He hashtag ice.
there we go. Now
Here we go.
Slagle might
We're
win.
drawn. I don't have a second camera because the bear gave up. I don't know. I don't know where the bear is, but he texted us saying he can't be here because he's having a voluntary colonoscopy, an at-home colonoscopy. It's probably true.
That would be terrible.
Rebecca Creek, small batch, autographed by the owner of Rebecca Creek. It's going in your locker if you remember. If not, we'll have it downstairs in the market available for pickup. It just won't be autographed.
Scheffler for his
Okay,
eagle at
so
2.
you should be a member. Here we go.
he's
We're
hit
drawing.
2 really good putts.
We're drawing.
Keep your head up, Scotty. You're putting it
Everybody
well.
who has entered's name, I've already seen it. Okay, so don't give me the shit that you don't see your name. And it is, wow, Georgetown's own. Buddy of mine in my life group class at church in Georgetown, Aaron Palmer.
Aaron Palmer.
Now, here's the challenge for Aaron. Lives in Georgetown. He's going to have to travel his ass up here to get it before next Friday because what happens, Josh, if he doesn't pick it up by next Friday on Watch Us Drink?
Somebody else gets to win that
That's
bottle
right.
next week.
Gets to win
On
that
Watch Us
bottle too.
Drink. The next drawing gets to turn into a double drawing.
There you go. Hey, he's online. He's acknowledged the fact that he has one. So you have 7 days, buddy, to come up and get it. It'll be downstairs in the market.
All right.
Yeah. Hey, glad you're alive and didn't die.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Me too.
Um,
Way better than the alternative.
I will continue the jokes about the colonoscopy and being anal probed for a long, long time until I have to get mine next year.
100%.
Yep.
And honestly, truly, honest moment, dude, don't put it off. If
Don't.
you're over 45, don't wait until you're 50.
Are you seriously doing a PSA for
Having a clean
colonoscopies?
bill of health is the best gift that you can give to your family and to your friends. So suck it up, have the terrible shits for 8 hours, but get a clean bill of health because colon cancer is really, really bad if you catch it late. If you catch it early, 100% treatable, 100% like you can recover quickly from that if you catch it early. So don't wait.
Batia just chipped in too.
Hell yeah.
Don't wait.
That was his endorsement. Batia was endorsing me
He
endorsing
was.
colonoscopy.
He was like, dude, I'm
and
so
colon health for
inspired
dudes.
by colon health for dudes.
Yes. Aaron Palmer, you cannot send your wife to get your colonoscopy for you. You
Correct.
have to go on your own. Okay.
Oh,
it's your colon.
The bottle. Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh. Yeah.
Do girls have to have colonoscopies?
I don't think colon cancer in women is very high.
They do. Chandler
I
says
would
yes.
assume that they need to get it though, right?
Yeah, just to be cleaned out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No jokes, please. No jokes.
Post colonoscopy farts are the best because you're loose and it rattles around like a freaking balloon.
Like
Maybe.
like a megaphone.
Dude, can you trust post colonoscopy farts though?
Oh yeah, because
You can trust them?
You got nothing in there. You
Oh,
are
okay, I guess
totally
that's true.
cleaned out.
I guess
Totally
that's true.
cleaned out. Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
All right,
yes,
people.
yes, we do. Yes, chicks have to get colonoscopies
Okay.
too.
All right.
Well,
Well, colon health for everyone.
colon
then.
health for everybody. Wow, our viewership really tanks right after the draw.
Interesting.
Maybe I was going to give away another bottle of Rebecca Creek.
Maybe we should do that next week.
Okay. Josh, take us out just like
All
we
right,
always
listen,
started.
people, always and forever, for the good of the people.
Clink.
Thank y'all.